are watching another edition of the show, and this is Desi USA. Hosting today's show is Bhanu, that is me, and we are talking to a young and budding entrepreneur who's only in high school and yet reaching out to people literally across continents. She blogs about the world economy. She helps women maintain and gain financial independence. She runs a small handicraft business. She does all this and yet finds time to finish up her homework. Let's hear it from the young lady herself, welcoming Miss Economist, or should I say Saloni Gupta.
Hi.
Saloni, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So let's go back and tell us, how did it all start?
Well, I heard about an organization called Kiva through one of my high school clubs, GEO. And we were considering working with Kiva for our particular school year. And then I found such an interest in it that I decided to pursue it on my own initiative. And then I've been loaning ever since.
Oh, I see. So when did it start? I mean, which grade were you in? And which grade are you in right now?
Oh, I'm in 11th grade right now. I started it the summer before entering 11th grade, so around April.
Oh my God, I was clueless when I was in 11th grade. Oh my God. All right. So how do you manage your time between your studies and, having to work with Kiva, and how much time do you put into this whole, lending business?
Well, I go through a considerable amount of time, like researching all the loans, researching which countries these people that I'm considering lending to are from. So that can take up to hours, really, but eventually you do find time to balance schoolwork and other extracurriculars, as well as my passion for Kiva. Because when you have a passion for something, you always make time for it.
That's true. That's very true. So when you decide to give, what is your framework? What is a structure based on which you give out a loan?
Okay, so I only loan to women, and because this synergetic combination of women and entrepreneurial drive can have unimaginable effects. And then I also focus on women who are from countries with a lower GDP or per capita income as well. And then I also loan to women who want to start a business or want to continue running a business in agricultural or retail or something along those lines as well.
Okay. When a person approaches you, how does anyone approach you for a loan?
So Kiva has a peer-to-peer interface where you can directly see their business plan, what all they plan to do with the money. So then, based on which country they're from, and other details like that, then that's how I make a loan.
Okay. So does Kiva assign you someone when someone approaches them for a loan, or is it you who contact them and say, hey, I'll be working with you for the whole loan process?
Oh, okay. So Kiva has these microfinancing institutions, as we call them MFIs, which are local institutions that work in the countries where you're considering loaning to. And they directly take the money that you lend to over to that entrepreneur. But you yourself choose which entrepreneur you want to lend to.
Okay. So how do you make sure that Kiva gets back the money? What is your, how do you take that risk?
Well, I focus on MFIs with a relatively high rating in terms of money being repaid back. So it's on a 5-star basis, and so I usually focus on MFIs who have a 4 to 5-star rating.
Okay, and you said you only loan out to women?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you spread the word out about Kiva? How do those people know that they have to approach Kiva?
So that's basically through my blog, misseconomist.blogspot.com.
Okay, why don't you tell our viewers what your blog is about? Give us, where they can go to. What's the blog site?
Oh, the link and everything.
Link and everything, yeah.
So I talk about the world issues as well as my work with Kiva at a blog, which has the URL www.misseconomist.blogspot.com. And there you can find out all about Kiva, my work with Kiva, as well as the world economy through the eyes of a high school teenager.
All right, so how many, what's your following?
I have 13 followers so far, but
wow.
I have multiple times that in viewers. I have almost 3,000 viewers so far.
Oh my good Lord. That's amazing. That's really impressive. I'm sure your parents are really proud of what you're doing right now.
Yeah, they're really supportive in like all that I do. Even if like whatever my passion was, they're really encouraging in all the things that I pursue.
Okay. And how do you choose your topics to put on your blog? What do you, I mean, there's so much stuff happening outside, you know, in the world economy, and it's in sort of a state of shambles right now, and we all know that.
Yeah.
What do you focus on to write about in your blog?
Well, one thing is that I focus on issues that high school students can relate to as well, and that like things in the world economy that will affect them. For example, like if there's a certain event that that's going to hinder their chances of getting college scholarships, or you know, things along those lines, where high schoolers who may not necessarily understand an economic issue going on, they can go to my website and then they'll learn more about that in a way that they can better understand and see how it affects their everyday lives.
Okay, so what does so you were talking about the loans. So just going back to what you do at Kiva, because you know that seems to be a major part of what you do. What kinds of loans are these? What do you, I mean, are they big loans? Are they monetary wise? Are they small loans? What kind of businesses ask for these loans? So just you know, give us an insight as to what these businesses are.
So I usually focus on women who ask for less than $1,000 because most of these smaller businesses need a smaller loan amount. For example, if they're running a small farm and they need one more cow, then they'll use, like, for example, $125, which is one of the like lowest amounts that a certain group of people can loan. They can use that to go buy a cow, and then the profits that they earn from the cows, like products, they can go and sell that, and eventually they repay the money.
Yeah, I'm sure by the conversion factor, it actually adds up to be quite a big sum of money.
Yeah.
You know, for us, we think it's, you know, it's $125 or less than a loan amount less than $1,000 seems like a really small amount, but people in different countries, you know, that loan amount actually translates to something really big.
Yeah, it has a huge impact on their lives. Like, their businesses prosper and their entrepreneurial drive is finally like satisfied, and they're actually helping boosting their economy in the meantime of their like respective countries.
Okay, so do you still keep in touch with all those women that whom you've helped out?
Well, the MFIs send you journals about like their progress and like how they've been doing, but you don't get to like directly email them, right?
Oh, you don't.
But the MFIs, as well as the Kiva Fellows, who are like a group of volunteers who go there, and based on their own money, they go and their own time, they go and meet all these entrepreneurs that people are lending to. So both the MFIs and the Kiva Fellows are kind of a liaison between the lender and the entrepreneur.
Okay. So what else do you do? What are your hobbies? What else takes up your time apart from Kiva and your Miss Economist blog spot?
Well, school, of course, that keeps me pretty tied up, as well as I'm very involved in GEO, which is Harker's Global Empowerment and Outreach Club. So I'm trying to like work with them to incorporate Kiva more. I'm actually making loans on their behalf as well.
Okay. All right. Wow. I have no idea how you manage all this, but how does working with, you know, an organization, you know, you already stepped out into the real world. I mean, people are so shielded with, you know, within college, you know, everybody's just waiting to go out and try it on their own, but you're already out there. How does all this experience help you in your schoolwork?
Well, I definitely have learned how a passion for something can definitely drive you to do so much more than you think you can do. So I think pursuing so much with Kiva has like learned me how through school I can do that as well, like academically. Okay, all right. And your grades are all up? Oh, yeah. I'm sure. All right. So what's your message for our upcoming entrepreneurs? Well, if you have a passion for something, you should definitely go and pursue it. And if it helps someone along the way, then that's an even better outcome. Okay. And what does Saloni want to do in the next 10 years? Well, I would love to go to an excellent undergraduate school, probably majoring in economics. And in addition to that, spreading the word about like the effects that microlending has on people and how it can change their lives in unimaginable ways. So also spreading that word. I would like to do that in the next 10 years as well. All right. Wow, so much maturity for someone so young. And Saloni, thank you so much for talking to us today. And well, viewers, I think that's all we have time for. But we'll be back with more. And until then, be good
and keep watching Desi USA. It's namaste from all of us here. Thank you.